When a government no longer represents the people, it becomes illegitimate. When the government weaponizes itself through blatantly unconstitutional laws, executive orders, and bailout bills, what then? The southern border is under siege, as we knew it would be. Our Second Amendment is about to be attacked like never before, and another $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill that will provide unimaginable unconstitutional help for some, if they are the right color. Stay tuned, friends. This blockbuster report comes after a quick word from our sponsor. Getting old kind of sucks, I'll be frank with you guys, and new studies show by the time people reach their middle ages, the body often produces less than half the collagen it did when you were young. Collagen is the main building block in our skin, making up to 70 to 80% of it. That's why we get sagging skin and wrinkles as we age. If you want to look younger, you must supplement collagen. That's why I highly recommend Health with SGT. Ageless multi-collagen is a powerhouse of the right ingredients to improve your youthful appearance quickly and effectively. Get my favorite multi-collagen for 51% off today by going to healthwithsgt.com or clicking the link right below this video. The largely useless Fox host Neil Cavuto hosted Pennsylvania Senator Pat Toomey on Friday. Yes, the same pathetic Toomey who voted with demonic Democrats to impeach Donald J. Trump again. But here, at least, Toomey points out one of the many infuriating details within the $1.9 billion COVID relief bill.
Think about some of the items in this list. $130 billion for schools. Well, we all think, well, my God, we certainly need to reopen the schools, right? But they don't require that you reopen the schools. And of the $130 billion, only $6 billion is going to be spent this year. The other $124 billion gets spent in the indefinite future. That's ridiculous. Or how about this feature? It says appropriate such sums as may be necessary to pay off the loans of socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers. Have you heard about this one? You can't make this stuff up. Do you know what the sole criteria is to qualify? To have the taxpayer pay off 120% of your debt. The only criteria is you have to be an ethnic minority. If you're a white person, you don't qualify.
So there's a lot of stuff in there, to your point, that's not COVID related.
Leave it to Cuck Cavuto to let that one slide by. When a government becomes so overtly criminal as to treat some Americans, or even non-Americans, as more equal or more valuable than others, why should such a government be recognized by any of us as legitimate? In the bill there is money, such sums as may be necessary to pay off 120% of the debt of socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers, paying off farms and ranches of people who are the right skin color? It's overtly and obviously racist, fascist, Marxist, and unconstitutional. And 120% of their debt? What? This looks a lot like corporate theft to the highest degree. Who really owns these farms and ranches? One wonders. Joe Biden's America, folks. And to think that our forefathers had a Boston Tea Party over a 3-penny tax on each pound of tea. To put that $1.9 trillion and the assault on your dollar into perspective, the entire market cap of all Bitcoin in existence, when priced at $48,000 per Bitcoin, is only $900 billion. And Bitcoin has been hyperinflating all year when priced in fiat currencies. Think about that. $900 billion for all Bitcoin, while the DC swamp creatures are set to approve another $1.9 trillion. And they pick and choose who gets it. We the people are under siege, and more than half the U.S. population thinks nothing is wrong. They are oblivious. Even worse, they celebrate the attack against all of us. A friend emailed me this little gem. Fauci ouchie? I'd be willing to bet the idiot who owns this car and who celebrates the COVID vaccine is also one who cherishes abortion on demand as a human right. But as the sheep line up for their Fauci ouchie, many of them, like political pundit Ben Stein, are going to have to learn the hard way.
A word of warning to you, my fellow Americans, or whatever you are. I had the COVID booster, the Moderna, about 4 or 5 days ago, and I am still feeling wild side effects from it. Like I had the worst flu in the world, extreme shortness of breath, dizziness, fatigue, extremely irrational thinking. It has just been devastating. I'm glad I got it, sort of glad. I don't know, a little bit glad and also not quite so glad. But it has just got to be told to the people, us people, we people, us people, that this booster is a killer. I mean, it's not going to kill you literally, but it is very, very strong. Beware.
Friends, what was, for many years, scope creep from liberty to despotism is quickly becoming an unrelenting killer tsunami that will destroy everything that is good. I heard recently that hell is the absence of reason. That really resonated with me. That's exactly where we are in many ways right now. Millions are forced to pay onerous taxes to an illegitimate government that is printing the currency into an unrecoverable hyperinflationary state. A government that will give, quote, such sums as may be necessary to pay off 120% of the debt of some farmers and ranchers, end quote, depending on their skin tone and ethnicity. What about your business, your mortgage, your debt? This is the absence of reason. We are in a living hell in what used to be the land of the free. We are not free. This is anything but equal representation. It's not only a redistribution of wealth, it's a redistribution of debt, with many of us holding the bag for a few. We are subject to a tyrannical government which now openly disdains we the people and reason. They don't respect the money you earn. They don't respect the property you own. They don't respect the borders which constitutes your country itself. They don't respect human life, and that includes the lives of the unborn, or, in Andrew Cuomo's New York, the lives of elderly in nursing homes. They don't respect your God-given right to self-defense, your right to keep and bear arms. They don't respect the very word American. It's really no wonder that they've decided to surround their capital with fencing, razor wire, and troops. Because this is what a coup looks like.
Now that Democrats control both chambers of Congress and the White House, we're seeing just how dark and dystopian their agenda really is. And it's perhaps most evident in their total militarization and lockdown of our nation's capital. Of course, it's one that leftist lawmakers, they want it to stay like that forever.
This is going to be the new reality here for a little while. This is why, the fence is still up. That's why the National Guard is still here.
It is appropriate that we keep that security in place.
It's not going to be business as usual when it comes to the security.
We should have them here as long as they are needed.
It's never going to be safe enough, because remember who they want to be protected from. You.
Thanks for tuning in, friends. We very much appreciate our subscribe stars and our members at sgtreport.tv. And for real news, please visit us directly at sgtreport.com, the antidote to corporate propaganda 24/7. God bless. Bye-bye.